In a world with 1 meter tall blobby hand people with no hand. Get your own intro, you lazy hack! So yeah, this video, like, again, because I'm lazy and I ran out of ideas, and I remembered I have a whole slew of videos that's just like me playing a game in the background without any actual editing, and I actually wanted to edit these videos. Like, if you go back to the first video published on my channel, it's called Earplugs Really uncreative, I know, and it's also really cringy, but apparently someone watched it, found it funny, though it might have been out of courtesy, since the video was that person's idea that I borrowed from a Discord server we see, and it wasn't even watched on the channel, so, yeah. Anyway, so besides that fact, this video is also revamped because not having edited, even though I hate the watermarks, I'm learning to live with it and just enjoying myself making this video. But can you keep a secret? No, most likely not. So I made this into like a educational video, sort of, but I wanted to fix it since I was like, okay, what is this problems? They're the same, blah 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 blah. But like, it's not really the same without any editing, like images to show you what the hell's going on, diagrams, that nonsense, and like. If I'm talking too fast or if you don't understand, you can just go back and rewatch it or just slow down the video. So, but anyway, this is where I tried to fix it. Though I know it's old news by now, like I'm an old grandpa that doesn't understand how internet trends work. So, here we are. Why do they wear their spacesuits? In full, from the beginning, just with editing in it. Hello internet, so I know I said this was gonna be like the same as it was before, but I realized the volume for that one was way too soft and it was a little, I don't know what you call it. But anyway, so the theory of why the Among Us crewmates wear their spacesuits all the time. So we see them when they swipe the keycard, that even their keycard's photos and the photos that are in their wallet, they still wear their spacesuits. So there are a few theories that were already given for this. So before I get into my own, I think I'm gonna rather debunk them first, just to pad out the runtime a bit. So the first thing we can debunk is that they wait for plot convenience so that the imposters could easily blend in with the crewmates. If that's the answer for this, it could be the answer to all the big questions we have for all our theories. And of course, where's the finding that? Second, they're wearing hazmat suits. This is another theory that doesn't work. The Among Us game is theorized to be taking place in the distant future, and considering the spaces we have today, like the ones worn on the space stations currently orbiting Earth, well, they wear it when they leave. This is a quote taken from a NASA scientist. It's a hazmat suit, it's a dry suit, it's your own personal air conditioner while you're sitting in the spacesuit scarf. So spacesuits would be hazmat suits, so while that doesn't necessarily debunk that theory, it does mean it's not the explanation we're currently looking for. Third, the suits do not provide oxygen. This is true. We see that when the imposters sabotage oxygen, if the counter needs 0, the imposters wins, thus meaning that the suit does not have their own oxygen tanks. Fourth, this is the skin of the crewmates. Kinda not possible, maybe? Austin of the science on game theory through science that the crewmates are humans, or at least evolved from humans, or at least Earthlings. So, if they're wearing spacesuits, impractical ones considering the lack of an oxygen tank. So why? So, I technically disapprove for theories. There's there are much more, but I didn't others that made no sense. Okay, words. Anyway, so here's mine. The deeper lore of Among Us is the reason that the crewmates wear the suits. When we open the wallet, we see a family photo and everyone is wearing one of these suits. So what if they don't protect them from harmful gases, but it protects their skin from the sun? It seems like something stupid, but look at how hot the sun is already. And considering the crewmates are traveling into deep space, and the earliest that scientists theoretically, yes, that's a thing, and it's really hard to type. But anyway, back to the point. Scientists theorize that in theory, humans could become a space-faring race within 100 to 200 years. Of course, that is the estimation with the current technology. But with the advancement of technology, it could be earlier. So, but again, that's also in theory, since humans would have to survive that all the major conflicts or wars and actually get through the 19. But it seems we're getting through the Great Photo. So why I think it's a sun, or at least the heat radiation given off by the sun. Yeah, the heat radiation, because no matter how much human evolve, everything is susceptible to heat. No matter how long, anyway. Like I said, Century 2 is when we can start becoming a spacefaring race. Once again, if we survive anyway. 1. The engines. The engine of the sub will be giving off major heat. And since the crewmates are evolved form of human, who's that Pokemon? Back to topic. It would mean that the heat of the engines would affect him. They would at least be sweating a lot, so it seems that the suits protect him from that. Once again, this is only in theory since I don't think they would animate sweat in the game, but we do see that when the crewmates killed him, there is a bit of sweat coming off. So maybe, like, very theoretical on this spot. But anyway, the second theory is much more theoretical, but more likely to be true since it affects us in real life. So we established that mangas takes place in the distant future. Yes, I'm gonna keep reminding you this constantly. And we can assume that the crewmates had been spacefaring for a while. We can assume that at least a century had passed from their now to their canon time, and maybe a millennia. So why the sun? Well, the Earth's atmosphere reflects a majority of the sun rays into space, but the amount of greenhouse gases on the Earth has been increasing rapidly by a large 70% in the time between 1970 and 2004. But assuming how far into the future Among Us potentially takes, what we need to know first is what forms greenhouse gases. And the main gases responsible for the greenhouse effect include carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and water vapor, which all occur naturally, and fluorinated gases, which are synthetic. Let's deal with the last one since it's one humans have most control over. These gases are formed by multiple different devices such as fridges and aerosol cans. While we can see human food on every Among Us, so I assume they still need it, and I assume they still use deodorant in the future. Poison as well, air fresheners. They don't have bathrooms on those maps, but wait, where do they go to the bathroom on those things? Huh. Theory for another time. But I assume they are still producing their own method that needs to be sprayed like when you evacuate a box. Get it? A space shock? Evacuate? Like escaping the imposters? Nothing? Okay, I hate myself. Next, the other three gases. Carbon dioxide. This is a long thing, but the TLDR is the carbon of the planet is a continuous cycle between the atmosphere and the ocean, and when the water evaporates, more joins the atmosphere, increasing greenhouse gases, and if the carbon joins the ocean becomes more acidic. So there's another question. How poisonous is the ocean and water? An idea there for later. So that's the CO2, methane, the magic gas that comes from the air. So from year 2000 to 2017, our methane increased by 50 million tons. That sounds like a lot, isn't it? That's only 9% over 17 years. Still a lot considering everything that was producing over the last 21 years. Nitrous oxide. Why am I reading this along? Anyway, nitrous oxide. Agricultural emissions are responsible for about 90% of the greenhouse gases produced. So once again, it will continue to increase because they are humans, or evolved from humans, or all other things, but they eat food. Anyway, they eat food, so this will continue to go on. Lost water vapor. And this is the worst. When the sun heats the Earth's water, evaporates forming water vapor, increasing the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, thus increasing the heat that reaches the Earth, thus increasing the water vapor in the air, and so on and so forth. And considering water vapor makes up more than 90% of the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, yeah, it's harsh. But the crewmates in Among Us, when they return to Earth, return to a place that is suffering from an extremely high temperature that causes everyone to have to wear their suit all the time. They're usually heat resistant. Suit contain oxygen on board. So believe me now. Hopefully you do, because I don't have anything else. Wait, maybe it'd be rather than heat, so they're actually for filtering. No, well, yes, the air pollution is kind of bad, very bad. But assuming in the future there are technologies that was made to filter the air. So I'm sticking with my heat resistant suit idea. That's my theory. I'm sticking to it. So remember, if you like this for some odd reason, don't forget to subscribe, other nonsense, blah blah blah, YouTuber stuff, listen to the outro, help you watch our video, blah blah blah, look at more from me. Bye. So I hope you enjoyed that revamped version of Among Us. It's like I kind of just did this because I ran out of ideas, and like it's really hard to come up with ideas for game theories or just reevaluating videos. Or is that science? But like if you have ideas and you just so happen to be able to make it to the end of this video, join my Discord server, join my Reddit subreddit thingy, or just go tweet on my Twitter and give me ideas. You don't have to, but if you want to, go ahead. I don't have a problem making new videos. I enjoy it, and yeah, that's it. Okay, bye.